Hey everyone, Whizbang here. First time doing a review, not going to be too long, not going to be over 10 minutes, probably not even over 5 minutes. But I just wanted to review a pair of boots I've had for over 4 years. A pair of boots that I've relied on for a lot of hiking, a lot of traveling, a lot of doing fun things in the woods like airsoft. And I wanted to review it here and show off that why I kept these boots, why I kept them for so long, and reasons why the boots were so good to me for as long as I did, and a reason as to why I rebought the same boots. Now, these should be the exact same boots that I got 4 years ago in April of 2016, and I repurchased them again in April of 2020. So it's going to be really fun to see if there is any difference, but for the most part, I figure it's going to be the exact same. Show where wear and tear happened for me, as I'm a pretty regular average Joe when it comes to boot size as well as foot imprint, and we'll go from there. So just to start off, I'm going to open the box and see where we go from there. Shouldn't be too bad, but we're going to see. So as you can see, these boots have been, put through a good amount of use. Shows kind of how awful it's been, and how kind of, how much of it has been like actually put to use, how much of it's been worn down. And then we're going to compare it to a new pair of box shoes. So right out the box, it's the right shoe. And if that's not a stark difference, I don't know what is. Obviously, years of use have worn down the leather on the sides. So where it's normally here, it's kind of washed down and worn down. All the dirt here is from a previous hike. Really enjoyed these last pair of boots as much as I could. Let's take out the other pair. Box looks exactly the same. That hasn't changed at all. So obviously, the boots on the left there are pretty much used kind of like a daily driver for whenever I'm doing kind of any hiking, any camping. I would always take those boots with me. And with these boots, you can tell just based off the fact that I was by a fire because it wore off the adhesive. So happened on these as well. Always happened on these outer ones here, but I mean, I figure that's just because I was near a fire pit and put these boots near them so they can warm up. But it happens. Realize that for me personally, I'd rather have an orthopedic tell me if I have good feet or not. So these are the original inserts that came with the boots. I took these out a little while ago, but I wanted to also keep them to showcase if there is any difference between these and the new ones. Likely not, but I'm here to see it. What I inserted into these shoes was recommended by my orthopedic doctor. He helped me kind of figure out where my foot pattern was and why it would fit really well with this boot. And ever since I put these in, it has made the boots a real winner for me. So now if we go ahead and take one out of these boots, the new ones, we're gonna have to see if the inserts are the exact same. Okay. So right away I'm noticing a difference, and I'll bring it closer. I'll bring it right here. You'll notice that it is in fact different. Where the old one has holes in it for insulating and helping wick away water. The new one, and I haven't seen this before, the new one has none of that, but it has a very similar bottom to it. So a new thing to see in the comparison is definitely the tongue of the boots. And I don't know how much you can actually see from here, but if you look at the tongue of the old boots versus the new one, it looks like they used all leather for the tongue for the outside of it. Whereas in the new pair, they kind of cut costs down and use like a suede material instead. And the outside leather doesn't match the tongue. It's here in this little shield or protection, but you're gonna see the suede wear down a lot faster than in these old pair of boots, where the leather is all around. Either way, it's still gonna hold water out and keep your foot dry. I've used these many times in rivers where I'll put it as, ankle high, and it'll protect me against that. I expect the same from these. It's just that the suede is definitely going to wear and collect dirt faster than these leather ones can. So the reason why I wanted to do this video in the first place was to showcase the soles, because even though they are really worn down, they have done a great job for these last 4 years. And I wanted to show you where a lot of those points are as to where the wear happened for me. So right away I wanted to showcase this part. You can see how much it's worn down on the bottom there. See that. Showcase here. Kind of see all the ridges where it gets knocked around, where this is so worn down it's basically the same height as the bottom of it. You know, there's not much left on it. The brand new pair of boots will have this elevated, the gray part's elevated above this black part here. And you know, with any kind of shoe that you have, it will eventually crack, and you know, with really sharp rocks it'll cut right through this rubber if you're not careful. And what happens is, after time, you know, you're by a fire enough times, it's going to take out the adhesive. It's still holding strong though. I mean, still there, still doing a good job. But if you want to compare this to this, and when I was trying to showcase it, you can see how elevated these are. You can see that the gray parts here for traction are elevated compared to that bottom part here, and it really does the trick. You know, you can really see it. Now the last thing I wanted to showcase here was the kind of look of it. Now it's a very aggressive look, and when you're wearing a pair of really nice shoes like this, you really feel good about yourself when you're hiking or doing anything for that matter. You know, there are other options. You know, you have suede, like brown suede, all black, and then these, which are the originals. They came out with like an all black version, but I really enjoy these because it has some color to it. You know, honestly, these boots have served me so well. That's the reason why I keep buying the same pair of boots. So maybe in like a few months I'll showcase them after being used in a few hikes, and we'll go from there.